Guys are going to follow everything that Hampton is doing. They've already done it with Darius Baisley. He set the tone with New Balance earlier this year. He gets drafted in the first round. If kids don't want to go to college, this is another outlet. And if they want to start building their brand and making big cash, this is a way for them to go. So I think this is the very beginning of what we're going to see as a major trend. And if you're running the NCAA, you're worried for a lot of reasons because it's never really run the way anybody wants. But especially with this is really going to start to hurt the product, I think.
I think so as well, but I also think this is bigger than just Hampton and Baisley. Like, I think this is going to be the end of the one and done. We've heard rumors about it, but do you feel like they will allow high school players to enter the NBA draft in the upcoming years?
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time, Jacoby, because there are so many people in the league, the players included, who are trying to push this back into action. If a kid is ready to play and he feels like he can take his game to the professional level, there are too many other loopholes now to get out of that year of college. It's only a matter of time before Adam Silver and the people close to him find a way to allow high schoolers to declare again early, and the league's going to have to deal with it. I mean, let's face it, you and I have covered this thing a long time. The draft is more of a crapshoot than it's ever been.
Yep.
Everybody's talking about, oh, well, Sam Presti and OKC, they've got all these picks. Who cares? Some of them may hit, some of them may not, but nobody knows for sure anymore. The guys like Zion who come through, those are so few and far between, and we're not even sure if Zion is going to hit the way so many people want him to. So I think this is something that the league is looking through as we speak, and there will be a change here in the next few years, I'm sure of it.
So we both see it as inevitable. I mean, this is going to happen, but we're always talking about it as a positive. But what are the downsides to having high schoolers enter the draft? Like, what is the problem?
They're not ready. Mentally, I think more than physically. There's so much focus on, oh, man, this kid's got to get in the gym, and he's got to get 20 or 30 pounds on him, and he's got to feel better and feel ready for an 82-game season. I don't think that's it at all, Jacoby. When you see guys who have been in the league for 5, 6, 7 years, and they're still struggling with the grind of everybody telling them they're terrible and people coming at them at social media, think about it, an 18 or 19-year-old kid going through that process. And I think that's what Adam Silver is most concerned about as they turn the corner now and trying to get high school kids back eligible for the NBA. It's the social aspect of all this. It's the mental game that nobody talks about enough. That's the biggest issue for the league. You're bringing in kids who may be physically developed, but not emotionally or mentally developed. And that's something that I think they are very wary of and they're very cautious about. But they know that the time is coming, and they'll try to put a program in place that helps these kids the best they can to prepare themselves.
You make a really good point, Nick, because you look at previous drafts, there aren't that many can't-miss prospects. I mean, LeBron comes to mind, Anthony Davis comes to mind, but like there just aren't that many guaranteed can't-miss draftees. And when you lessen the age limit, that means it's even more of a crapshoot. Does all of this devalue draft picks moving forward?
You could take that side, or Jacoby, I'd tell you they're more valuable than ever because you are into a salary cap where you know you're not going to have to pay these kids that much. So you're going to the table in New York City or wherever the draft is that year, and you're rolling the dice and you're saying, hit it, baby. Come on, one of these come through. And maybe you draft a star at the end of the first round, or maybe you draft a guy that you can build with for the next few years, and you've got him locked up on money that is very small compared to other guys you have to pay on the roster. So it is a total crapshoot. It's why GMs all over the league want to protect those assets. But at the same time, and this is in the context of the Thunder conversation, just because you have assets doesn't mean that everything's going to turn around the way that you want it to.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.